Hello, Flosstube. I am back in person, and look, you can see my face now. We're going to do a Stitch Mania wrap-up. But to start, it is Monday, not May. Please don't let it be May 4th and let's start this all over again. No, we're not going there. June 4th, 10:03 a.m. We're going to do a Stitch Mania wrap-up. I want to say real quick, I am expecting a delivery sometime between 10 and 12. You know how that is. If you wanted them to come early, they wouldn't. If you don't want them to come early, they will. So I expect pretty soon I'll be interrupted, but I'll be back. But let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go and show you all of what I've done. I'm not even going to pick it up. The stack here, let me see. We have a stack that high of projects. That's just silly. I had a lot of fun. So I kind of went through, gathered some statistics, I guess I want to say. So I'm going to go through those. Hair needs cut desperately. Boy, why is that so shiny? I have the blinds closed. Hold on one second. Let me close this other blind a little bit. It's a little glary. I'm not sure that helped. But anyway, so yeah, messing with hair. Isn't that a thing on Flosstube? Anyways, I gathered some statistics. So let me actually put my glasses on to read them so I don't look like I'm straining and end up with a headache. All right, so I had 32 days of Stitch Mania. And as you guys know, it was a mixture of new starts and whips. So of those, 7 of them were over 1 projects. 12 of them were whips. 3 were winter or Christmas. There was only 1 that I decided not to do. And I guess other people substituted, but it wasn't until really late that evening that I decided not to do it. So yeah. 3 of them were year-long sals. So that was 3 that I had started. And I'm just pausing because I'm trying to think what the third one is. I know the 2 off the top of my head, and I don't know what the third one is. Oh, Anyway, whatever. 4 of them were from With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. 3 were Plum Street. 1 was Satsuma Street. 2 were Little House Needleworks. 2 were Heartstring Samplery. 6 of them have been in my stash for ages. And that was Summer Row, which is the one that I decided not to do. My Taj Mahal Mandala from Chatelaine. The Snowman 2010 from Lizzie Kate. Happily Ever After, which was from Glory B. I'm trying to remember, was that torn from a magazine? I don't remember. We'll see it. Grateful Hearts from the trilogy, and Small House, which was a Brown House Studios, which was torn from a magazine. I did 27 Flosstube Stitch With Me videos. Those 27 videos equaled 663.89 minutes, which equaled 11 hours. I was in front of you guys an awful lot. And I know you guys enjoyed it. Some of you did. The people that didn't say so that's good. I got mostly thumbs up. I think in all 27 of those videos, I might have had 3 thumbs down. So I think that's a win. I think that's awesome. I don't let thumbs down bother me. Who knows? Whatever. Can't please all the people all the time. All right, so what did I learn? I've mentioned before that one of the main things I learned is that I have no problem with whips. I enjoyed starting everything. I enjoyed getting acquainted with each of the projects, and I think that's probably the main thing that I learned about doing this. I kind of see it as the same as knitting a swatch when you're starting a knitting project. Now, there are a lot of people who do not like swatching. They just want to jump right into the project and see, if I look at myself, I see what a mess my hair is. I have a hair appointment on Wednesday, Thursday, sometime this week. Anyway, Many people, when they're knitting, most people don't like to knit swatches. They just want to start knitting. And I think you can relate, because when we get a project, we just want to start stitching. With knitting with a swatch, the main reason you knit a swatch is if you are knitting a garment, you want to get the same swatch, or the same gauge, it's called gauge, the same number of stitches per inch as the designer, so you can be sure that the garment is going to fit in the same way. A secondary reason that we swatch is so that you know that you will have enough yarn. If you are on gauge, you will be using your yarn at the same rate as the designer, so that means that you will use up the yarn in the same rate as the designer, so the amount that she has told you is the amount you should need. I can't tell you how many people come into the store, or have come into the store, and need to get more yarn for a project because they've run out. And there have been quite a few that, we still have the same dye lot in stock, and so we can help them. But if we don't, they need to figure out what they're going to do, whether they're going to scrap the project, whether they're going to find a coordinating color, whether they're going to use a different dye lot and just hope that it works. Swatching is important. The other reason that it's important is because it gives you a chance to get acquainted with your yarn and how it works with the needles that you've chosen. And that, to me, is what doing Stitch Maynia and starting all these projects did. It gave me a chance to get to know the project, the pattern, the linen, and if I've changed the colors, whether I've liked my changes. That's why in some of these, as much as I could, if it's a project that I've changed the colors, I really try and get a touch on all the colors that I've chosen, so I can see if I like them not only together, but also like them on the linen. Yeah, so I have no problem with having done this. I consider it, I just swatched 32, well, not 32, 30. Math, I don't do math. 32 minus 12, whatever that number is that 20? Something like that. I just swatched them and got to know them a little bit. And I think that's awesome. I have no problem with that. So, without further ado, let's go through them. Now, I will say the first, maybe 13, 14, 15, maybe 16, are the ones that I, in addition to starting a new one each day, I went back, the whole work 5 minutes on all the previous projects. I made it about halfway through the month with that and then stopped because it was just getting insane. And Maynia was insane enough. I didn't need to add that to it. So for my own peace of mind. All right, so day one, and these are in order of what I did during the month. Day one is my linen and threads 2017 band sampler. I had done down to here. This is May's band, this one and this one. So I got the first part of May's band done, and I got just a little start on the second part. I've chosen all my colors, and this is the second start. Now, I kind of wish, looking at this now, that this green part I had done either in the, probably not this, well, I might have done it in the same red as the pomegranate or in the gold. I kind of wish that I didn't have 3 colors in that band, but it's too late now. It ain't coming out. So that is day one. Now I have these kind of all arranged here outside of their bags. I'm not going to put them in the bags until I'm done, but hopefully I can still keep everything together. Day 2 was December from the Cross-Eyed Cricket. And I got the M pretty much done. I think the only other things I have to do on the M are going to be Krynic, the stars Krynic. I don't know whether you can see the, there's pieces on the little lights on the tree that are Krynic. There's gold, more gold in the lights around the M that are Krynic. I have them all, I haven't done those, but I'm happy with that start. The video is actually looking a little grainy to me, so I'm going to stand up here and open the blind again. Bring in some more light, so I hope it doesn't glare too much. All right, day 3 was Midsummer Garden by XG. Well, XG Design sells it. It's by another designer in Hungary. It is her excuse me, it is her hand-dyed fabric, Rocky Mountain in 36 count, and her hand-dyed flosses. So it's a kit from XG Designs. If I had a Bitsy Bob for this, that little piece hanging there would be taken care of. I will be talking more about Bitsy Bobs tomorrow. Actually, I wanted to say that at the beginning. So I'm just going to do my Stitch Mania wrap-up in this video. Tomorrow, since Tuesday is my normal update video, I'll come back to you tomorrow with my update and talk about all the goodies I've gotten. But, I mean, that is so pretty. So, very, very happy with that. Day 3. No, we're on day 4. 3 was Midsummer Garden. See, numbers, I'm already off. Day 4 was my kit from Amazon, Colorful Deer. And pretty much all I got done, I worked down here, this starting another page. I had filled in that color. Hold on one second. I had filled in that color up here and then just continued it down on the next page. And I will probably continue with this color on whatever surrounding pages there are, because it feels good to me to do that. Whatever. Right? Whatever. Getting those stitches in is all that counts. Let's see. Day 5. Brick House Sampler. This is my first 1/1 piece of the month. Brick House Sampler by Brenda Gervais. Started in the middle on this one. So this is the house. The tannish part is the door. So that's not going to be a quick one. It doesn't look like it's very big, but yeah, it's 1/1. That's okay. Me like a lot. Okay, the next one is Small House. Wait, that goes with that. I don't want to get my bags lost. Trying to keep this so everything stays together. My next one is Small House, and this is the one that is from the magazine Just Cross Stitch, April 2003. And this is the one that I've totally changed the colors on to make it more my colors. And so that is that. That big house, I'm making more turquoise, cottagey. So really, really happy with that. And I had another strand of floss that fell out of this last night that I found stuck to me. If I had a Bitsy Bob in every project, that wouldn't happen. So that is going back there. This is done on 40 count navy. Yeah, don't start falling. I will be very upset if you start to timber on me. Yeah, this is 40 count navy bean by Lakeside Linens. Yeah. Yep. So there we go. Okay. Oh, my phone turned off. Let's see. I'm keeping an eye on my list. Even though I can see what's next, I want to make sure. All right, next is the Do Re Mi sampler. So I was working on Ray. I got Ray done and I started the words down here. This is another one that I totally changed the colors on. So in love with this. I think this is just going to be so cute when it's done. This one will get professionally framed. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Do you go with that? Yes, you go with that. All right, next one is Spring Jack by Plum Street Sampler. This is my next over 1 project. This I am doing on a 30 count. I believe it's called Blue Tile Linda. So again, over 1, little tiny stitches. Again, me likey, didn't get a whole lot done, but this is, let's see. I started working on just on Jack up here. I came down next to the nose a bit, and then I'm curving over here. So these colors, I think I changed a little bit. I think there's some Victorian motto in there. So there's that one. That's going to be pretty, but again, it's not going to be a quick stitch over 1. Speaking of over 1, we have another one. Oh, my phone is turning off so quick today. Our next one, Welcome Spring, Little House Needleworks. Again, over 1 on, I think I did a 28 count. So cute. Look how tiny that is. It's so cute. So I got it, pretty much everything up here at the top done. And I was working on outlining the sheep when I stopped. Yeah, isn't that adorable? Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. Next, again over 1. Do you see a theme here? Harbor Haven. And so this one I also worked on daily in the morning, so I didn't get too far behind. And if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen this already. So I did get part 5 done, which was this here, and I have started part 6, which is this part of the tree and what's happening over here. Phone, stop turning off. It just seems to be turning off awfully fast today. Is that gorgeous? I hate to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I cannot get enough of this. Again, this will be professionally framed and hung someplace where I can see it all day, every day. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, that one's going to go there because I will also be talking about that one in my update tomorrow, so that will be a repeat for you guys that watch both. Okay, next is Blackberry House by Plum Street Samplers. All familiar with this little beauty. I think I'm using a lot of the called for colors, but there are some that I changed. One of which, let's see, what is my fabric first? It is Vintage Pecan Butter by Lakeside, again a 40 count. I started in the upper left. This, I tried to find something more similar to what's called for in the pattern. You can see that that's this flower up here in the upper, what is that, upper right? Directions too, math and directions. Math and left and right, directions I'm fine with. But anyways, this is a little bit more burgundy, cranberry, muted than what I have here. So I'm going to leave that, put the rest of it in. It may be too bright for the rest of the palette. I'm going to have to see. Look how that color changes. Isn't that odd, going from gray to more brown just as I'm holding it here? I know that's not focusing real well, but that's okay. So anyways, 40 count, Vintage Pecan Butter, over 2. What do you think of that? All right, next is Blessed Bee. This is another one that is, no, this isn't. This is over 2. I was thinking it's over 1, but it's not. Another Brenda Gervais. So cute. Oh, look, another string hanging there. If I had a Bitsy Bob, I would not be losing things. So I just got a nice start on the house in the middle. I was going to look and see. What was I going to look and see? Oh, what the fabric was. That fabric is 36 count Edinburgh Platinum. So I got that from Stitches Unlimited in Lancaster when I met Deb and Liz and Misty. So there is that. All right, next one is Grateful Hearts. And so this is the one by the trilogy that I started in February. And I still have some bits and pieces to fill in here, but most of what I have to do is the 1/1 in this corner up here. So that is that. And you can see the 1/1, and there's some specialty stitches in here. And there's actually, there are, oh, I still have to do those. There's specialty stitches scattered through here too that I have to do yet. And you can see there's these heart charms here. I didn't get those with the pattern, but I did get, at Michael's the one day, I did get this package of little charms. So I'm going to use those. I think those will work. So there's a long and there's a block and there's a wider one. So I have a long, kind of hard to see. There's a little one there, that one there. So I have that all planned out. I just have to get this puppy finished. I'm actually surprised I haven't had an avalanche here yet. Okay, so Moments in Chalk by Hands On Design. And I do not own yet all of the floral, little square floral things that go around that. I am going to do those. The only one I own is March at this point. And I hope to get them all that have the little button charms that have each month, excuse me, that have each month on them. Helps if I hold it right side up, which would be this way. This one I have substituted in a lot of Victorian motto. This part in here I believe is supposed to be Tropical Ocean, and I forget which one I'm using a Victorian motto for that. This one over here I forget what it's supposed to be, but I'm using Coastal Seaweed for that. I have some of the later days of Stitch Mania up on my blog stating what color changes I've made. I was going to try and go back to the beginning. I think I started around day 23, 24, something like that. I was going to go back to the beginning and put them all in. I don't think I'm going to. I think just as I continue on with my updates, I'm going to keep my blog updated and note on there any color changes I've made, what linen I'm using, you know, all that kind of stuff that's pertinent to each design. Otherwise, it just gets to be too much, and I'd rather be stitching. What can I say? All right, so that goes with that. Stay. Next we have Happily Ever After. Now let's see. Oh, it was a little chart. Okay. Glory Be, Happily Ever After. I think I'm changing all the colors in this. I think this one I just pulled out whatever I had that looks good. So that's what I have on that. This is going to be a super cute, happy little design. Yeah, pretty. What's that little floppy thing up there? Oh, just a little floppy thing. And I think this is the one where the heart, of course, was supposed to be red. And I didn't have a good, again, a good burgundy-ish red. What I had was brighter. And I was like, I think I'll do gold. Why not? Why not? All right, so there is that. Next, history of sheep. This is a jardin privé. Don't know if I said that right. I am going to find a picture. Okay, so this is kind of funny. All right, that is part 1. And this is going to be a 4-part series, and it doesn't have, I'm not going to go and find all the parts for you. But, so I just started 20 odd new ones. I've been telling myself, okay, you're not going to buy a whole lot of stuff for a while. Let's get these done. Let's feel good about these. I go to the Jardin Privé site to look up a picture for this, right? And I see, oh, look, new patterns. I don't think I've seen that one. Oh, isn't that pretty? Let me get this up here. See if it'll turn for me. Yes, it will. There we go. I don't like the background color they used. I would probably change it to a blue, knowing me. Or gray would be too much. But holy cow! Look at that. Is that gorgeous? How is a girl supposed to stop spending money? I mean, really? Look how pretty that is. I need it. You feel me, don't you? You feel me? Anyway, history of sheep, part 1. Love my little sheep. Such a sweet design. I think on this I got, let's see, I got the windows put in the house, I got the roofs put on the house, I got the alphabet and the sheep done down here. So got a good chunk done in the little bit of time I worked on it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And that's done on a, let's see, that's a 36 count parchment, and that is 1/2, because that's how I roll. Next day, what day are we up to? We are up to May 17th. Hibernation Day. Heartstring samplery. Change the colors a bit, not totally, but a bit. It may or may not. This is, I think, where you're really going to see it, and it's going to be a while before we see it, right? So I just have that band at the top started. And it really is scrumptious. It is scrumptious. Wish I could get it to focus better for you. It's so pretty. Heartstring samplery. Does she know how to design, or does she know how to design? And then, all right, I think it's time to start a new stack. And then we have another Brenda Gervais, because she knows how to design too. Indigo Lane. God, I love stitching. I love all of this. Just love it. This is over 2 on, this might be a 28 or a 30 or a 32, I don't know. Changing the colors on this. No, I think this one's the same. That one I think I changed. I don't remember the rest. It does all blur together after a while, and I could look it up, but I'm not. This is just going to be stunning. Maria, where are you on yours? I know you're going to take it off because I'm not working on it for a while. But I'd love to see where you are on yours. I don't think I've seen it on Instagram recently. Okay, next, another absolutely gorgeous piece, Hoity Toity. Oh, I didn't look up a picture of this, but you guys all know what Hoity Toity looks like, right? This is 40 count. 40? 36? I don't remember now. Anyways, whatever it is, it's 1/2. This was a fabric I've had in my stash for ages. It's a gold. Let's see. That's a pretty close. See, it's a rich gold. That's really making it look more parchment-y. it's really a kind of a deeper gold like that. And it's just rich and scrumptious, and oh, the colors, the colors. Love my hoity-toity. That goes down there because that's where the bag is. And look, look, another piece of floss. Where did this come from? Who does it belong to? If I had a Bitsy Bob in every single project, this would not happen. I do have another one on order. I probably won't end up with one in every project, but I'd like to have multiple ones. Next. Oh, another heartstring samplery, Philip Foster Farmhouse. This is the one that is the first one in the Girls Club from Country Samplers, the store in Wisconsin. The next one comes out in September. The last time I heard, which has been a week or so ago, there were still openings in this club. So Philip Foster Farmhouse, this is the farmhouse that was at the end of the Oregon Trail that a lot of people stopped in at the end of the Oregon Trail. So I got a nice outline done. Again, this is going to be another sweet piece. So there's that. Okay, Louise and Henry. Little House Needleworks. Really had fun with this one. This was the piece of kind of cream beige linen that I coffee dyed. Still smells like amaretto coffee. Nothing wrong with that. So I got the bottom border done. Oops, upside down. And got a good start on the mound. So that's a cute one. And it has sheep. What is not to love, right? Any more flosses flying around? Not that I can see. You go over there. Next is Snowman 10, Lizzie Kate. One of the old ones from my stash. Got a good chunk of this done because, yeah, it goes fast. Have a nice cat hair on it because that is my world. Fun, 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 fun. And that is over to on 36, I'd say. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now. All right, next we have Wilhelmina, another Plum Street sampler. Love, love, love. Like I said, I want to get this frame and frame it just like that. Pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I am changing pretty much all of these colors, keeping them similar, but I'm changing. And this is one of those ones that I did jump around and try to get all of them on so I could see if I liked it, and I really do. And this is the one I think I said, that heart is like a grayish green on him, and I'm not sure why. Oh, and there was this little turquoise heart, 1/1 turquoise heart right there, that I might make that turquoise as well. So we shall see, but love that. That is over 2 on 36, 1/2. All right. After Wilhelmina, we have this beauty, my Taj Mahal mandala. It actually goes like that. So yesterday I got all of my satin stitches on the border done and started branching out on the side. I tell you what, if you guys get a chance and can afford, because I know it's expensive, can afford to do a chatelaine, boy, I recommend it. If you're not afraid of specialty stitches and, you know, bigger projects, go for it, because these are, I mean, it's a great learning tool, but it's such a joy to play with. Oh, there comes my delivery man. All right, so I will probably have to pause here momentarily, but we're just going to go with it for now because I don't have too much more. Maybe I'll get through it. So the next one was Summer Row. So that's the one, that's the Bent Creek Summer Row. That it just wasn't working for me. I was just like, bleh. And you know, I do think it's cute, and we'll see. Try it again on a blue fabric and I'll probably be fine. But that, yeah, that one wasn't working. Okay, after that we have the Modern Folk Embroidery 4 Season Stitch Along. And so I got my line there and it did line up. I haven't worked on this since well, maybe I did. As I started that down there. Did you guys see that? I don't remember. So there is that. Trying to decide where to put all these things. Okay, after that, Winter Wonderland. Again, not much has changed. These last few ones, you're not going to see any difference from when you saw it the last time. So this is the one by Kanikis. I think I did have a picture here for you. Again, I have this as a PDF. So it's that one. You can see this is her printed fabric, the bell snickle and the deer and all kinds of birds throughout. So, and I've just started on the snow down at the bottom. Going to be a really cool piece. I probably won't pick that up again until July, though. I think I had mentioned that before. So let's see. After the Winter Wonderland, that's the name of the Kanikis one. The next video I did the next day was my knitting one, picking out beads for that project. I can show this. Yay. I've actually started it. I will show the progress in my update tomorrow. After that, we have a couple more whips and then my last new start. So my next whip was Welcome Friends. This was the Dimensions kit that I changed out the fabric for. I was working on the grapes here and the leaf, and I got more of that leaf done. Got the grapes filled in and the leaf starting to grow up here. Super pretty colors, lots of blended ones in this one. That makes it, I just think, I love blended. I know a lot of people don't, but I just love the more depth of color you get with blended threads. So that is that one. Next, we have Pretty Little India, and I do have a photo here. I mean, I'm sure you remember what it looks like, but just in case. Pretty Little India from Satsuma Street. And again, this is the one that I had been wanting to cut off the extra fabric that I just worked down and got down to the bottom border so I could go ahead and cut that off, and I did. That border is going to be so pretty. It's so rich. So that one. And then last but not least, June from the Prairie Schooler. And this one you'll remember, I decided to do over one. And again, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. You can see I got, and I changed a few colors. So one of them was the pink here. So I wanted to see how that looked with everything, and I'm happy with it. So that will get going over time. So where am I? I am on June 4th, and I do have a plan. My plan, let me find it. All right, so Harbor Haven is still going to get most of my attention during the day. I am, let's see, part 7 should be coming out here. on the 10th. We'll be getting billed for it tomorrow. It'll come out on the 10th. I am just starting part 6. So I hope by the end of June that I will be caught up. I should be. Like I said, it usually takes me a week to 10 days to do each part if I'm working on them consistently. So my plan is to work on those every day in the morning. And then sometime in the afternoon, I'm going to switch over to one of the smalls. I'd really, really like to say that I have Stitch Mania 2018 finishes. And I think I have enough smalls here that I can get multiple ones done. So the smalls in the afternoon, I'm going to put some stitches in, even if it's just for an hour in the afternoons, I'm going to do those. I also will be spending an hour a day on the caramelized cowl, the one with the beads that you helped me pick. And then in evenings, I'm working on the sweater that I've been working on. And I'll be showing those tomorrow in my update tomorrow. Once I get caught up on Harbor Haven, I'll be working on the modern folk embroidery. I don't know whether I'm worried as much of getting caught up on that because I'm so far behind, but I do want to make sure that I am working on it consistently. And then I've decided that Saturdays are Sally Spencer Saturdays and Sundays are Chatelaine Sundays. So those will be the ones I do on those days, and probably not do Harbor Haven at all. And then I'd like to, as I get Harbor Haven cut up and get some stuff done on modern folk embroidery, I want to be working on some of these other ones during the week as well. So wish me luck on getting things finished. I am, like I said, I'm excited about all of them still. I am not feeling any anxiety. I think it was a great time. I hope you had a great time. I think some of you did. I know a lot of you enjoyed every day, and you're still saying you miss me. So I'm glad I could be back here with you today. I will be back tomorrow. And then either Thursday or Friday. I don't think I'm going to have a set day any week for a Stitch with Me, especially over the summer with traveling, going away for the weekends. A lot of times we'll be leaving on Friday, so I won't have time to do a Stitch with Me on Friday, so I may do it Thursday some weeks, I may do it Friday some weeks. It's just going to float through the week, whatever works for my schedule. But I will be doing a Stitch with Me every week as well. So, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this little recap. We are at 42 minutes, so I think it is time to say goodbye. It is time for me to start stitching. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.